Degens and Degenettes. What's going on, guys? All right. Good evening. Let's have a look at the market, shall we? First things first. What's going on? JASMY starting to recover here, guys. Are we starting to see the pre-election drive to the upside? Going to be interesting, guys. There is so much talk about the election right now, guys. Just digging through the weeds, trying to see what's going on around the market, and all anybody wants to talk about is arguing about Kamala and Donald Trump. But that's fine. We'll see what happens. 48 hours remain, guys. Now, first off, I'd like to touch on something here because there's a lot of speculation that there is actually uncertainty and a bit of a sell-off in the market because there's an anticipation that we won't know who actually won the election for probably a week or two after the election actually happens, because there's likely going to be arguments and debates and recounts and all this stuff. So the speculation in the market is that they're pricing in about another week or so of uncertainty in terms of what's going to happen with this election. A lot of people anticipate a very, very close decision. So that could be why we're not seeing too much of a pump. However, we are starting to see the market turn around right now. JASMY, again, having itself a little bit of a pump right now. Nice and green. Bitcoin. Let's go have a look over at Bitcoin here. I feel like I sound nasally right now. Do I sound nasally? So yeah, Bitcoin right now fighting resistance here at 1 cent 68. Can we break above and come back to the upside? We'll have to see, right? Right now we got kind of a green candle going. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I called this yesterday that we were going to come down and go check the videos if you don't believe me, guys. I said we were going to come down and test the 30-day SMA, and look at that perfect test of the 30-day SMA. God, it's like I know what I'm saying sometimes, right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Let's go have a look across the market, see what the crypto bubbles are talking about this evening. All right, so again, starting to see a little bit of a recovery here. Bitcoin's at 67.9. Can it get back above $68,000? We're going to watch. We got the crypto future live stream in full effect. We'll see what happens. But yeah, things are starting to turn around a little bit here. We'll see, right? Let's see what happens in this next little update here. Updates every 30 seconds or so. We'll see what happens with this update. Are we going to pop up over 68? Close. We'll see what happens. JASMY now 2.7%. Yeah, I mean, Myria and Swift are starting to turn around. Doge was having itself a good pump earlier today. Got as high as 16 cents 48. Forda's green. Everything else is red, guys. Turbo is a fantastic DCA opportunity. Guys, Proppy under $1 is an amazing opportunity. Ondo at 60 cents, fantastic. Chainlink at $10, guys. My goodness. This is a great opportunity before things start to go ballistic. Now, listen, if you're new here, I mean, if you're not new here, you've seen this before, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it because a lot of people might be new who are seeing this. So we're going to show you guys what happened in the last election. Okay, this was the 2020 election. This little circle here. Okay, that was February 5th-ish. Last election cycle, Democrat win. And look what happened literally immediately after the election, guys. Is this what we're going to be looking at moving forward? This lasted from November 5th until it peaked on April 15th. We ran parabolic from November 5th until April 15th. That is November, December, January, February, March, April. That is 6.5 months, or 6 months and 10 days of parabolic action. Is that about to happen with this election? We're going to find out, guys, but this is a very bullish sign because listen, and again, I've said this before as well. This here, this is all bear market, all accumulation and bear market. And right about here, guys, where we are a couple days ago, this is where people were saying the same things they're saying now. Are we even going to have a bull run? This isn't going to happen. This time's different, blah, blah, blah. And what ended up happening, boom. Same thing's going to happen again, guys. Same thing's going to happen here. Let me show you. We are right here, right before an election. Are we about to run up beyond all-time high? Maybe right here we got our target set at 98,000 and 110,000 for the near term. Is that what we're going to see coming up next year, guys? I think absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's coming, baby. It is coming. That's what she said. Just gotta zoom back in here on our target. Okay, so what do we got? We got Yamaha in the chat with a super chat. Hey, Rob, do you think you could look at XDC sometime? Thanks for all your great info. Yes, my friend, I will actually look at it right now. Guys, that's what we do. Listen, there is a goal in the chat. If you send a $5 super chat, we will look at your project for you. So definitely send it over and we will look at it for you right now. Okay. Do not hesitate to reach the goal of the channel. Greatly appreciated. Great support. I do actually hold XDC, my friend. I don't hold, it's a small bag, but I bought XDC about 1.5 years ago, maybe a little longer. So yes, I do believe in XDC as a utility play. I believe it's ISO compliant too, isn't it? I'm almost positive that it is. But yeah, $398 million market cap. Tokenomics probably close to 50% of the supply and circulation. What was the all-time high here? 19 cents. We're at 2 cents now. This is going to absolutely destroy its all-time high, in my opinion. I think, well, I say destroy. I wouldn't be shocked to see about a 25 to 28 cent XDC in this bull run, guys. Absolutely. And that's conservative, okay? That's conservative. This is a utility play with a massive community behind it, okay? So I do believe that this one is going to do amazing things. Do I think it's a long-term hold? Depends on your definition of long-term hold. If you're talking until around late July, like, so this market's going to peak around the middle of September, middle of October, in my opinion, okay, of next year. So I'm going to be leaving the market around the end of July, beginning of August. I like to front run it, yada, yada, yada. So if you're talking long-term, you mean sometime around August, then yes, right? If you're talking through the next bear market and into the next bull run, personally, I wouldn't do that to myself, right? I think you should, in my opinion, take your profits in this bull run. So yes. All right. What else do we got? We've set a new goal, guys. Check it out in the chat. If you want me to have a look at one of your altcoins, you want a price prediction, you want my thoughts on your project, just have a look at the goal. You're debating swapping for XCN. What I would say, Yamaha, are you in the red or are you in the green with your XDC? That would be my deciding factor. Okay, so what else do we got? Let's get it. We got an article to get through here before we get into some videos. All right, so Bitcoin in 2025 will reach $200,000. What are we talking about? Analyst predicts Bitcoin price in 2025 could reach $200,000. The firm says the main reason for such tremendous value in Bitcoin would derive from institutional adoption, technological improvement, and sustained demand within the cryptocurrency market, rather than changes in political orientation. Analysts at Bernstein refer to Bitcoin as digital gold and identify scarcity as a key factor that will continue to drive prices higher. They attribute the lack of financial discipline in the U.S. along with the higher debt and I'm tongue-tied today, guys. Expansionary monetary policies to drive demand to robust assets like Bitcoin. And if all that is not enough, the successful launch of the Bitcoin ETFs in the US will pour more petroleum on this fire. Through political feelings, though political feelings can affect short-term market fluctuations, Bernstein is of the opinion that the long-term outlook for Bitcoin remains independent of the election outcome. For the most part, Republican candidate Donald Trump is perceived as more friendly to digital asset markets, and on the other hand, there's Democratic candidate Kamala Harris, who most likely will continue the hard stance taken by the current administration. Bernstein, however, insists the results will be overcome by broader market dynamics. The company further details what might happen with Bitcoin's price in 2025, depending on who wins the election. If Trump is elected, Bitcoin can jump above 73,800 peak reached in 2017 to $80,000 to $90,000. By January 20th, should Harris win, Bitcoin may be corrected down to about $50,000 before recovering. I'm going to give you my opinion on this in a moment, guys. Standard Charter also seems to think the same way as Bernstein's projections, with a possible surge of $200,000 irrespectively of the election outcome. Jeff Kendrick, the head of digital assets research at the bank, said the growing demand and expected U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate reductions drive such price surges. So my thoughts on this, guys, are really quite simple. Do I think the market will pump with Donald Trump winning the election? Yes, I do. I think there could be a day or two of a pullback first, guys, because the market generally isn't anticipating a pump immediately. We could see a day or two of downward action just to throw everybody off, because the market tends to do the opposite of what you think it's going to do. And then we'll see things start to soar. Now, when it comes to Kamala Harris, do I think the market's going to crash to $50,000? Bitcoin's going to crash to $50,000 because Kamala wins? Of course not. That's ridiculous. No. Will we see a little bit of a pullback because of it for a couple of days? Possibly, and that's just a market pricing in the uncertainty of what she might or might not do, right? That doesn't mean that she's going to crash crypto in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here, by the way, guys, okay? So I think the market's going to pump either way. It's just a matter of degree. How much will it pump? With Trump, it won't pull back. And this is the core of it, guys, okay? With Trump, we might not see the market pull back as much right away because there's a little more certainty in what he plans on doing. With Kamala, nobody really knows her stance or what she plans on doing. And I don't think, honestly, we will know her stance if she wins anytime soon. And that's not because she hates us or anything like that. I think she just will likely have more important things on her docket personally. Again, I'm not picking sides. I'm just laying out the logic behind it all, right? I don't think that one candidate's going to pump it and one candidate's going to dump it. I don't think that's the case. Crypto's going to pump no matter what, in my opinion. Is one better than the other? Of course, that's obvious, right? But either way, it's a win-win for us as crypto investors. The 4-year cycle will remain strong and intact, in my opinion. Even COVID could not stop it from happening. Nothing's going to stop this shot because it's hitting, right? In the words of Easy E. All right, so now we have a video by Simply Bitcoin. How you can retire off 25% of a Bitcoin.
Let's address the number in the title, shall we? Because it's what you guys came for. So in the title, it said, look, is 0.25 Bitcoin enough, right? 0.25 Bitcoin, right? I think it's totally doable if you focus and you put your mind to it, and you want to withdraw 100,000 a year, and the inflation rate is 12%, but the annual Bitcoin appreciation rate is 55%. Your personal moon date would be 2033. Man, that's pretty cool. Anyone else have any numbers they want to change over here?
Let's do the annual Bitcoin appreciation rate to, I think Sailor's been saying like 40%.
Yeah, so let's do 40%. And then What about income? Is income at 100,000?
No, what's the average salary again? It's like what, 50K or something?
So let's say it's 65,000, right? And inflation's not at 12%, but we'll leave it there, I guess.
Real inflation is definitely not 2 to 3%.
Okay, so let's put it at 8. All right. So 0.25, you want 65,000. Inflation rate is 8%. Annual Bitcoin appreciation rate is 40. So your personal moon date would be 2034. 2034.
So 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years. But let's say you wanted to live off, you want to live large and you want to take out $250,000 a year because you live in Miami or something. Your moon date would be 2040. It's not bad, bro. Not bad at all. And your Bitcoin stack would be worth 4.24. You know what's really interesting too? Like this is roughly where Sailor's prediction is, roughly.
All right, we got some new numbers here, Nico. Do inflation at 9 and do appreciation rate, or as it says right here, at 20.
So appreciation rate at 20. Opti, also, let's put this in the chat so everyone else could have fun with it. Guys, you feel free to use this calculator as much as you want. I'm going to also put it in the YouTube description. You guys can check the link. Okay, so what are the numbers, Opti?
You got it. Just keep those numbers as they are.
So, okay, so your stack size would be 0.25 Bitcoin. Your desired income in today's dollars would be $250,000 a year. The annual inflation rate of the US dollar would be 9, and the annual Bitcoin appreciation rate would be 20. That's pretty low. Are we going with 20?
Yeah, that's what someone asked for. That's what someone asked for.
2076.
Never.
Oh man. But look, let's do 30, which I think is very conservative. It'd be 2049. So it's not bad. And then check this out. This is roughly Sailor numbers. Your Bitcoin stack would be worth 15 million. Right? So, okay, let's play around with this more. What about 0.5?
Wait. A quarter of a Bitcoin would be worth 15 million, at least to this, in 2045.
That's what it says with an annual Bitcoin appreciation rate.
60 million per coin. Let's go.
I think, 0.5, 0.25. If you're new to this thing, you're new to Bitcoin, I think this is totally doable to get to. Your moon date would be 2050. So, if you're 30 years old right now, 2050, you would be 26 plus 30 is 56. So you'd be 56. You'd be retired. You could literally retire right now. By the time you get to your mid 50s, this is extremely conservative numbers. Assuming an annual inflation rate of 12%, which I think is a little high, assuming only an annual appreciation rate of 29, with only 0.25 Bitcoin, your personal moon date would be 2050, and you'd be able to withdraw 100K a year off 0.25, according to this calculator. Do you guys think we're being a little bit bearish, a little bit bullish? I think this is extreme. Look, if it was up to me, I'll do mine. So let's do the baseline of 1 Bitcoin, right? Let's go with 150K, right? Because I do live in Miami, right? And let's say the inflation rate is 5%, or let's say, like 5%. Let's say the annual appreciation rate is 40. The moon date is the year 2031. Right, with 1 Bitcoin. I mean, that's pretty crazy, bro. That's less than a decade. Less than a decade if you get to 1 Bitcoin. Let's do conservative Sailors, 2036. So 12 years from now, you'll be able to retire. That's not bad, bro. Well, what does that cost you? 67,000. Now let's compare and contrast that with what we started with, which is the fiat calculation. This means you'll need 2.5 million. Isn't that depressing? Like the contrasting both. Like you'll need 2.5 million dollars in normal fiat land, and in Bitcoin land you can theoretically, on a conservative side, retire off 0.25. 0.5. That's pretty crazy, which equates to like, you know what, 12K, 20K, 30K, 35K. Like that's pretty gnarly, dude. And this is why we call Bitcoin hope. This is why we call Bitcoin hope.
That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, guys. I dig it. All right, what else do we got on the docket? Let's check it out. So Mark Moss says, I expect my dollars to buy me less goods in the future. I expect my Bitcoin to buy me more goods in the future. That's really all you really need to know about it at the end of the day, right? We got some Myria news, guys. I know you guys love your Myria updates. Myria gem slot campaign. Finish easy tasks to share 23 million on Myria prize pool on KuCoin. No, this is not sponsored. KuCoin does not sponsor my channel, by the way. We're delighted to invite the Myria project to our gem slot campaign. Complete simple tasks to share 23 million Myria prize pool. What are the tasks? Task number 1, deposit Myria on KuCoin, get up to 800 Myria tickets. During the campaign period, registered KuCoin users who accumulate a net deposit amount of at least 47,000 Myria on KuCoin will be able to receive up to 800 Myria tickets. Each account can participate in the deposit activity once they earn Myria tickets upon completion. During the campaign period, number 2 is during the campaign period, registered KuCoin users can earn 1,000 Myria tickets for every accumulated Myria spot trading amount, buys and sells worth $50 USDT on KuCoin. Users can participate in trading activity up to 600 times. Very, very bullish, guys. I love to see Myria being promoted over on KuCoin. Moving along, we have some KASPA news for you, KASPA. Beebs, I'm looking at you, buddy. Check it out, man. Open letter to Coinbase. So subject request for transparency and fair listing practices for KASPA on Coinbase. As a foundation dedicated to promoting KASPA, the KASPA Industrial Initiative, KII, is writing this open letter to respectfully request clarification regarding the status of KASPA's application for listing on the Coinbase platform. This letter also serves serves to inform the KASPA community of our ongoing efforts and to address broader concerns in the cryptocurrency space about fair listing practices and transparency. We acknowledge Mr. Armstrong's November 2nd, 2024 tweet claiming free listings. However, this contradicts public reports of substantial listing fees, raising serious questions about the potential material misrepresentations under securities law. This lack of transparency erodes trust and necessitates a clear and forthright response from Coinbase. Despite KASPA's repeated attempts to engage with Coinbase, no response has been received to date. The timeline of the attempts include October 7th, 2022, initial introduction of KASPA and correspondence with Esqueda at Coinbase, Francesco. On October 11th, 2022, Coinbase Asset Hub questions submitted. January 8th, 2023, formal application submitted via Asset Hub. Screenshot confirmation available, and date approximately 1 month ago, resubmission of a revised application. Mr. Armstrong's public call for applications and invitation to drop us a note, even after our initially fruitless earlier requests, encourages the KASPA community and us to reiterate our request for KASPA listing. We strongly suggest that Coinbase evolve its Asset Hub process to be genuinely inclusive for all legitimate cryptocurrency projects, regardless organizational structure. Currently, the requirement for information inherently unavailable and truly decentralized project like KASPA and indeed Bitcoin itself creates an uneven playing field and undermines the core principles of decentralized cryptocurrency. This structure risks inadvertently favoring venture capital-backed initiatives, potentially stifling innovation, limiting consumer choice, and raising legitimate antitrust concerns. We urge Coinbase to take proactive steps to address this systemic issue and create a more equitable listing process that reflects the diverse and innovative landscape of cryptocurrency ecosystems. KASPA is a prominent cryptocurrency. Top 30 cryptocurrency. KASPA consistently ranked among the top cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. High transaction volume. KASPA demonstrates impressive transactions throughput, showcasing its practical utility. KRC20 token standard. The recent launch of the KRC20 expands the KASPA ecosystem and fosters further innovation, with many innovative projects launching on it. BlockDAG technology. This unique technology offers significant advantages in scalability and efficiency compared to traditional blockchain architectures. Key firmly believes that a Coinbase listing would significantly benefit both KASPA community and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem by providing greater access to this promising technology. KASPA, with its unique BlockDAG architecture, offers compelling advantages. It consistently achieves extremely high transactional volumes, significantly outperforming many established proof-of-work cryptocurrencies. Its robust and active community of over 400,000 members across various platforms demonstrates organic growth and fervent support, vital indicators of a project's long-term viability. In the interest of clarity and fair practices, we respectfully request the following from Coinbase, including a formal meeting to discuss these critical issues. Application status, a detailed and transparent update on KASPA's application, addressing the reasons for the extended silence and acknowledging the documented communication attempts. 2, listing process transparency, a comprehensive explanation of Coinbase's listing review process, timelines, criteria, and a direct address of community concerns regarding listing fee discrepancies and the discriminatory nature of the asset hub requirements for decentralized projects. 3, specific concerns regarding KASPA. If any specific concerns prevent KASPA listing, they must have clearly articulated to enable the KASPA community to address them. And 4, listing criteria. A complete and detailed explanation of all listing criteria employed by Coinbase is required to ensure transparency, trust, and fairness. The Key and KASPA community are committed to building a transparent and trustworthy ecosystem for decentralized projects. We look forward to a constructive response from Coinbase and a meeting to address these critical issues. Listing KASPA presents a mutually beneficial opportunity for both Coinbase and KASPA's community, driving increased trading volume and expanding access to a thriving and innovative ecosystem. Guys, my thoughts on this are really, really plain and simple. While I get what they're trying to do here, this is a bad idea, okay? Talking about being discriminated against and stuff like that as a project, guys, there is a very crucial part of that people need to understand, and that comes with the entitlement of these generations, is that they don't have to list you on their company's available projects if they don't want to, and you don't have a right to an explanation as to why, right? There's too much of this entitlement, right? I think this is a terrible idea, and it shows a lot of entitlement and whining. I think it's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. It could actually backfire, in my opinion. They might get a negative response from Coinbase as a result of this, because it sounds almost like they're threatening legal action if they don't get listed, and they're not entitled to be listed, right? So I think it's a terrible idea. Breaking news, Hong Kong greenlights Bitcoin trading. Hong Kong approves a broker to market Bitcoin and crypto structured products for the first time. Very, very bullish. And continuing on with our Bitcoin coverage, Semler Scientific purchased an additional 47 Bitcoin for $3 million. Now, while that might not sound like a lot, that is 47 more Bitcoin that you and I can no longer accumulate, taken off of the market. These companies are accumulating, guys. I'm accumulating. I hope that you guys are accumulating as well. Bitcoin's total addressable market is extraordinarily big. We are talking tens of trillions of dollars because it is a global asset. It is not an American asset, guys. We could be seeing potentially trillions, tens of trillions of dollars pour into Bitcoin over the years globally. That is why I believe Bitcoin will make it to over $1 million. Now, I played this morning, guys, but if you missed the morning live stream, check it out. Staking rewards, DeFi staking on Algorand.
We're really on the tech side, gearing up for consensus incentives, which are going to be a really, really important, I think, change to the protocol.
Also known as staking rewards.
Right. Sorry. Let me start again. We're gearing up for staking rewards. And of course, you know, Mark is right. We have to use consistent terminology because otherwise we're going to confuse people. And so staking rewards are, of course, the notion that you will get a reward in algo for producing a block or minting a block on the Algorand network. And we are calling it staking rewards and not consensus incentives. So that consensus incentives word is out the door. Staking rewards is what we're going live with, and that's what we'll be speaking about in our press releases. And we're targeting some alpha here. I can share. We're targeting December week 1 for go live in mainnet, where people will be able to turn on their computers and get going. And Apple just released, of course, the new M4 Mac Mini that I've been kind of eyeing up as a perfect low power, low cost device. Sorry, low power, not low cost. It's expensive, but low power, runs at like, 20 watts or 15 watts. And it's a great device for running a node. But of course, you can run it on any computer that you like. But it's a huge thing for us. I think it's going to be really a tectonic shift for Algorand, because not only is it a philosophical kind of pivot or turn in terms of like moving from a place where we didn't pay or didn't pay rewards, the protocol didn't pay any rewards for producing blocks and securing the network. Okay, that's a philosophical shift. Now we will be paying people to secure the network, essentially, or the protocol will be paying people to secure the network. But also, it drives a lot of excitement. I think a lot of new eyes will be on Algorand when it enters into this new era. It's going to attract people from
I think what's interesting is it's new for the Algorand ecosystem, right? This is incredibly new. This is incredibly exciting, but it's actually not new for a lot of others in other ecosystems, which I think is so great. It's like an easy concept. Mark, I'm trying to say your job is going to be easy, but it's going to be an easy concept to market, but I know it's not, but it is. That's what's so exciting about it, is that it's new for us, but it's bringing us, on par with a lot of other ecosystems as well.
Sure. It was really cool, and we'll talk a lot more about this at the next podcast. But I think what's also really cool is how easy it is to actually run a node and stake with Algorand. Like you guys know this. Like I'm using my own 10-year-old kind of MacBook or Mac Pro to actually run a node, and it's just running perfectly. So you don't really need a huge amount of computing power to be able to run a node, which is super, super, super cool.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait for that.
And so we will, as Mark says, be rolling out a piece of software, a great app that will help you run a node, easy peasy. It'll help you do all the bits that you need to do, like issue a participation key, all the techie bits. It'll just handle it all for you, and we'll do a demo of that.
DeFi staking and running nodes on Algorand, guys. I am very, very jacked up about that concept. I hope you guys are too. I love Algorand. It's a great project. It is one of my probably top 7 holdings. BPI just released a report endorsing the U.S. to adopt Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. Bullish F. And guys, you want to see bullish? You want to talk about bullish? You know what's really going to propel Bitcoin? Boom. Microsoft shareholders vote by December 9th to buy Bitcoin for its corporate treasury. Bitcoin price is going to moon once Apple and Microsoft adopt the Bitcoin strategy. I agree, guys. We saw what happened with, we are currently seeing what's happening with MicroStrategy's stock as a result. And I think it's only going to propel and convince these other companies, compel and convince these other companies to participate in putting Bitcoin on their balance sheets. What else is going on? Coinbase CEO faces backlash over listing claims. So we just talked about it here. So Ben Armstrong, the chief executive of Coinbase, is encountering significant backlash from prominent figures in the cryptocurrency sector over its assertion that listing digital assets on the exchange incurs no fees. Justin Sun, the founder of Tron Network, has publicly refuted Armstrong's claims, suggesting that hidden charges are actually involved, igniting a heated debate within the cryptocurrency community. Andre Cronje has been vocal about the alleged exorbitant fees Coinbase requires, asserting that projects must pay as much as $300 million to be listed. Such claims starkly oppose Armstrong's statement regarding free listings. That is crazy, man. $300 million to get listed. Sun further clarified that Coinbase mandates a $500 million TRX deposit and an additional $250 million in BTC collateral to facilitate project listings. He emphasized that these conditions are designed to bolster the performance and security of the platform. Simon Dedek, CEO of Moonrock Capital, highlighted that a tier 1 project seeking a listing on Binance had to part with 15% of its token supply, indicating a complex landscape of listing demands across exchanges. In contrast, Hugo Philon, head of Flare platform, claimed that he experienced no fees for his project listing, seemingly validating Armstrong's assertion. The starkly different accounts point to potential discrepancies in Coinbase's listing policies, suggesting that some projects might be listed for free while other projects face hefty fees. This inconsistency raises serious questions about the clarity of fairness of Coinbase's practices. The ongoing dialogue about Coinbase's listing practices underscores the importance of transparency in the cryptocurrency market. As the industry evolves, clearer guidelines from major exchanges like Coinbase are essential for building confidence among projects and their backers. I wonder what the SEC would think about that. Very, very interesting. What else do we got? So we touched on this, but we're going to dive into it. Semler Scientific is laser focused on buying Bitcoin, says CEO. CEO. Semler Scientific says it plans to continue amassing Bitcoin after third quarter results showed the company added another $2.6 million worth of Bitcoin to its coffers since October. We remain laser focused on acquiring and holding Bitcoin while supporting innovative and growth in our healthcare business, and Semler Scientific CEO Doug Murphy in a November 4th statement. Semler said it held 1,058 Bitcoin as of November 4th for an all-in purchase amount of $71 million. It spent $8.4 million purchasing 141 BTC over the quarter ending September 30th, and bought an additional 40 BTC for $2.6 million since the end of Q3. I would have made a small gain. It would have made a small gain of its investment, now worth nearly $72 million, as Bitcoin hovers around $68,000. The buys put Semler as the 17th largest Bitcoin holder among publicly traded companies, ahead of the 1,018.17 BTC owned by Japanese investment firm Metaplanet, according to Bitcoin Treasure's data, which has not been updated to reflect Semler's new total at the time of writing. We are capitalizing on the opportunity to maximize stakeholder value by accumulating Bitcoin, said Semler CEO Eric Semler. We plan to continue to purchase Bitcoin with cash from operations and with cash proceeds from our sales under the ATM program, he added. In addition, we are exploring additional financing opportunities that will enable us to acquire even more Bitcoin. Semler's share price jumped 3.44% in after-hours trading on November 4th to $31 after closing 2.31% down on the day at $29.97 according to Google Finance. Its price is down 32.16% so far this year. Semler's Q3 results on its top and bottom lines were mixed compared to the same time last year. Its quarterly revenue dropped 17% year over year, 13.5 million, while its net income increased 2% to 5.6 million compared to Q3 of 2023. Another company continuing to accumulate, guys. Absolutely. I'm doing the same. Guys. Listen, Bitcoin plummets and loses $2 billion in a day. Bitcoin falters following a recent euphoria. It has just fallen below $69,000, spreading panic among investors. This plunge has an immediate effect on the general sentiment. Many are withdrawing, anticipating potential new upheavals. The approach of the American election increases the tension, and signals from the whales, those market giants, appear to signal a very uncertain calm. But what is truly going on? The latest Bitcoin news shows that traders are on high alert, with a drop of 2 billion in open interest. Investors are massively closing their positions. Why? Uncertainty looms, exacerbated by the upcoming American election. This drop in open interest, is generally synonymous with caution and is a specific case maximum caution. In this case, maximum caution. We are witnessing a withdrawal game where everyone is waiting for the next market move. Uncertainty in the market, guys. That's what I've been saying. In this context, traders are no longer rushing to take risks. The excitement of the last month has given way to a strategy of observation, where everyone is watching for the end of the elections to anticipate a rebound or an even sharper drop in the Bitcoin price. Better safe than sorry seems to be the mantra of traders who, for the most part, are stepping back while awaiting the outcome of the election. And I said, guys, that this was going to be the case a week ago. I said there might be a lot of people sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what's going to happen, right? The whales, those influential players in the crypto market, have also curbed their zeal. Usually fond of large fund movements, they're opting for patience. Their strategy, waiting for the market to stabilize to avoid provoking volatility that could work against their interests. Indeed, a heavy silence has settled. No major transactions for now, no dramatic interventions. The whales are discreetly monitoring the movements of small investors who seem more vulnerable to fluctuations related to political events. Their withdrawal could well indicate that the crypto market is on standby before a sudden awakening once the election results are known. As we know, whales have the power to turn the tide as soon as a sign of weakness appears. But for now, it is time for waiting. And the precautious calm may very well be the only prelude to a storm. Thus, while selling pressure remains strong, some analysts fear a fall of Bitcoin below 65K, but two major factors could reverse this trend. The Fed's policy and American elections tomorrow, which could electrify the markets if you smell what the rock is cooking. So that is the latest. Bitcoin, guys, while we were talking shop, has broken up over $68,000. As you can see. $68,022 to be exact. Let's get into the chat, see what everybody's talking about. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. Rickaroo, my favorite. Roo, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Isaac, what's up, buddy? It has begun. Swift is next. Matt, morning from Southeast Asia. My main man in Asia. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Boomers in the house, man. I love the hat, brother. I love the hat. Nevada already said it's going to take a week. Pennsylvania and Georgia said it'll take 3 to 4 days, which is crap. Yes, that's the thing, guys. We are not going to know who won the election tomorrow or the next day. It likely will take up to a week to know who won. So strap in, strap on. Venom in the house. What it do, baby boo? Good to see you, man. Funky. Ka-ching. We got to explode soon. Watch your projects and take profits accordingly. This is our time, fam, says Venom. Absolutely, man. Isaac's in the house. What's up, Big Rob? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Trumpet Jasmy to the moon. The run on the banks in China and XEN. Thoughts? I'm not too worried about the run on the banks. I mean, they are printing money in China, are they not? Last time I checked. I'll have to look into it. But my thoughts on XEN, I mean, I think I made my thoughts on XEN pretty freaking clear, brother. I am very bullish on XEN. Love me some Onyx coin. You think XDC is a long-term? Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Venom, I'm definitely will be taking my first crypto profits in 2025 through 2026. Venom, I think you're going to be too late if you're waiting until 2026, man. This market's going to top between the middle of September and the middle of October of next year, in my opinion. If you're looking to take profits in 2026, you're going to be taking losses, brother. Rodney, is everything down because of the election? Yes, I think that the market is on standby right now. Beebs in the house, man. Good to see you. Death Bank, what's going on? GT, what calculator is this guy using? I'll have to look into that and get back to you, brother. Stargazer, what's up, man? Is it possible that the bull run will be delayed until 2026? In my opinion, no. Trump, Vance, Kennedy. Justin, what's up, man? Used to hold a lot of Algorand, might get some. Wish Coinbase didn't get rid of their staking rewards on Algorand. That's fine. They're going to do their DeFi staking rewards, so it ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string, brother. Chris, 60 million BTC by 2045. Come on, man. Come on, man. Square Reynolds, what's up, man? I was watching one guy talk about how we typically get a brief bottom right around elections before we take off. We might be coming up on the first. Well, let's have a look. Like I said, I showed you guys at the beginning of the stream. Let's look again. Did we see a bottom before the last election? Well, this here was the last election right here. Okay, this was the last election. November 5th was right here. This big green candle right here, guys. So we have a green candle on November 5th of, it went up that day. If we don't include the wick, it went up 10% that day. If we include the wick, it went up about 11.63%. So on election day, it went up 11%. Then it had a 2 red days in a row where it fell back down, not below where it started though. And then it just continued to run parabolically, man. So I don't see a pullback in the last in the 2020 election. I don't see that here. I mean, we have a little bit right here, but that was after, look at this massive run to the upside. That was after a run of about 37.59%. So I don't see a drop in Bitcoin's price in the last election. Grab some more XEN today. Nice, JM. Nice, man. Facts. The Democrats seem to have the much more popular celebrities, especially with today's generation, whether it's Eminem, Meg. Yes, I agree, man. I agree. They're trying to pay celebrities to endorse them. Trump brought out Hulk Hogan. Hey, you knocking Hulk Hogan, brother? It's 2024, not 1987, brother. Brother. Funky, what's up, man? Love my XCN. Has probably been well there, but saw where over 100 banks collapsed in a few days. Ouch. Stargazer, can Avalanche get the $500 this bull run? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no. If I look over at Avalanche right now, let's have a look over at AVAX. Can AVAX go from $22 to $500? While I do think that AVAX is going to have a phenomenal bull run, I love the project. I love the ecosystem. I love the Web3 gaming that's getting involved over there and stuff. But I think that $500 is just a bridge too far. I could see between $100 and $150, no problem. I mean, it's hard to say because the last all-time high was 144. Can we smash through the last all-time high? Definitely we can, right? Definitely we can. So we'll see what happens. But 500, I think, is a bridge too far. By the next bull run, of course, I think it can. But this time around, maybe. I have been wrong before. According to my wife, I'm wrong all the time. So who knows, right? So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, that is the news as it stands. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel, guys. Jump over to the Patreon and book a one-on-one coaching call with me and join our group video calls, guys. We have a lot of fun. We discuss everything you need to know crypto. If you want to sit down, you want to have a chat with me, one-on-one Zoom call, help you out with your portfolio, with your profit taking. I did a lot of that today. We did some one-on-one Zoom calls today. We were talking about exit plans with some of the people, where they should be taking profits, and all that kind of stuff. If you need help with that stuff, guys, get over to the Patreon. The link's down below. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, as always, for supporting the channel, for being here. Otherwise, I'm just some guy talking to himself on the internet, man. So I appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Actually, 1 p.m. Sorry, not in the morning. 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Central. We will be back for the first live stream of the day. I'll see you guys then.